Here we are. We've reached the end of multiplication with Mr. Williams. Today's lesson is all about some multiplication games that you can play to practice the strategies that we've learned and reviewed, to challenge family members, to show your greatness, and to feel extra confident with multiplication before we move into division. Let's get started. All right, like I said, here it is, multiplication, lesson number 14. Let's play multiplication games. I've got a few for you. So today, our agenda looks like this. We're going to learn some multiplication games. We're going to learn tic-tac-toe products, which is helpful for strategy as well as multiplication fact fluency. We're going to learn roll to 1,000. It's particularly helpful for multiplication fact fluency. And then we're going to play a game called rolling products, which is going to help you a little bit more with that estimation piece. After that, you're going to leave feeling confident about multiplication. Here we go. Tic-tac products. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to start by making a tic-tac-toe products game board like this one on the screen. Then you write the numbers 1 through 9 underneath, and those are the factors that we're going to use in our multiplication expressions as we play the game. Keep that in your mind. You'll learn more about it in just a second. Okay? Pause the screen and make this now. Pause. The goal is to cover 4 in a row, either horizontally in rows, vertically in columns, or diagonally. And you multiply 2 factors, so one of the factors down here where my cursor is, you multiply 2 of those to create one of the products in the grid. Here we go. Now you're going to need 2 objects to mark which factor each partner has chosen. It doesn't matter what they are, but a paperclip works very well. You're also going to need either coins or a bingo dabber and washable markers if you choose to put the game board into a freezer Ziploc bag, for example, or something else to cover the products in your expressions. The first player chooses 2 factors. You multiply those factors and cover the product that the expression describes. The second player can choose only 1 new factor. You've got to keep 1 factor that was chosen by player 1 and think really strategically. Multiply those 2 factors and cover the product that the expression describes. Alternate turns, choosing 1 new factor and attempt to block one another's paths, just like in tic-tac-toe, practicing your multiplication facts as you go. That's a rhyme, sort of. Bad one, though. Allow me to demonstrate with a quick video. Here we go. The very first thing that I'm going to do as player 1 is I am going to pick the 2 factors. So the factors are 1 through 9. I'm going to pick the first 2 factors to multiply. So I'm going to choose 4 and I am going to choose 7 actually. Yeah, because I know that 4 times 7 is 28. So I'm going to put my token on the 28. And the reason I did that is because it lets me start in the middle of the game board, which is my favorite strategy in tic-tac-toe. Now player 2 is going to take their turn. Player 2 is using the toonies as the markers. Go figure. Now, player 2 can only move 1 of these 2. And player 2 would like to block my path. So they're going to try and block either 27 or 30. Now, do either of these factors multiply to create a product of 30? Well, maybe actually, I'm thinking a little bit more strategically. Maybe what I'll do is I'll move the 7 over to the 5. So now I'm doing 4 times 5. And that's going to give me a product of 20. So I'm anticipating that player 1 is trying to move diagonally. Okay, now player one's turn again, and what they need to do is pick one of these factors to move so that they can create a product that will allow them to connect 4 in a row. Let's see, so maybe that gives me an opportunity. I'll move the 4 factor, so I keep the 5, and I'm doing 5 times 6. Now, 5 times 6 is 30. Interesting. I'm gonna sneak out this win. I've got a good feeling about this. What could player 2 do next to block my path? That's gonna be up to you to figure out. Okay? Try on your own. Next up, we've got roll to 1,000. I like this one. So start by getting yourself a piece of paper and making a chart with the same number of columns as the number of players playing. Now, hint, it can be between 2 and 4 players. The chart that I've got on the screen here is for 2 players. So I've got 2 columns for the players, and then I've got an extra column for which turn we're on, just in case I wanted to keep some records and put it up on like a trophy case or something. I would never do that. I would totally do that. So, pause the screen and make that now. Okay, to play this game, you're going to need at least 1 die, but 2 to 3 dice would really be better. So, the object of the game is to be the first player to roll and calculate products that sum up to 1,000 or greater by multiplying 2 digits by 1 digit. Here's how you do that. You start by rolling 2 dice, or 1 die twice. And each result, for example, if I rolled 2 dice and I end up with a 6 and a 4, each of those is 1 factor in an expression. And now you have to find the product. 6 times 4 equals 24. Now, the product 24 is the first double-digit factor that you're going to use in your actual expression. So now you roll 1 die, and the result, say for example 3, is the other factor in the first expression that you can score points with. So your expression looks like this. 24 times 3 equals 72. So I would write 72 in turn 1 row under my name, and then switch. Other player goes, and repeat until you get to 1,000 or greater. Who's going to win? I don't know. I bet you it's me. It's not going to be me because I'm not playing. Oh, I wish I could play. One really important rule. Watch out. Because if you roll a 1, your turn is immediately over. And you score a 0 for that turn. A 0, no. Notice that I'm not spending too much time making these tables. Here we go. Player 1 starts by rolling these 2 dice. I end up with results of 6 and 3. So 6 and 3 are my first 2 factors. I'm going to do 6 times 3, so 6, 12, 18. 18 is now the first multi-digit factor. I roll 1 of those dice. It's a 1. Oh no! Gotta give myself a 0 in turn 1. Way to go, player 1. Now it's time for player 2. Roll these 2 dice. And I ended up with a 5 and a 4. So 5 times 4 is 20. Now I'll roll 20 times 3. Ah, yes, 20 times 3 is 60 points for player 2. And now back to player 1. Except you're going to be player 1. So give it a go. Now let's try rolling products. The object of this game is to collect 10 tokens, and they can be anything. So pennies, because they're not worth anything anymore, or nickels, because they're not worth much. Okay? You need to collect 10 tokens by correctly estimating the product of 2 numbers. One player rolls a die 4 times, and each of the results is one of the digits in the multiplication expression. So here it is, right? 45 times 31. Those are the digits, and those come from each one of the die rolls. Okay? Now you have to estimate. You're going to estimate that product from 45 times 31. And what you're going to do is you're going to predict the interval. So here's the interval chart. Go ahead and copy down that interval chart now so that you've got it for a quick reference. Not going to put the pause thing there because that'll cover it up. Now you calculate the product. If you predicted correctly and your prediction fit somewhere in the interval, then you collect a token until you collect 10. And once you've done that, you're the winner! Let me show you how it works. Player 1 starts by rolling the die 4 times. That is a 3, so I'll mark a 3 into the bottom right-hand corner. Next is a 6, so whatever we're multiplying is going to be by 63. Aha, a 4, and now that's another 4. Okay, now I need to estimate. So let's see, 44 times 63. I am going to, as player 1, make an estimate that that is somewhere in the interval, somewhere between 2,000 and 2,999. So that's me, player 1, in that interval. Player 2 also estimates. Player 2 is going to estimate that it's way greater than that. It's somewhere between 4,000 and 4,999. Now, player 1, you need to solve the math. So let's calculate the product. 3 times 4 is 12, so I'll put the 2 in the 1s column, carry the 10 into the 10s column. 3 times 4 is 12, plus, that's actually 3 times 40, so that would be 40, 80, 120, but then there's an extra 10 there, so it's going to be 130. Now, I need to move on into the 10s column. And because I'm moving into the 10s column to multiply, I'm going to start by saying, well, there are 0 1s. No matter what we end up with here, there won't be 1s. It's actually 60 times 4. So now I'm doing 60 times 4. Well, that is 240, but it's represented by 24. So I'll put the 4 into the 10s column, and then I'm going to carry the 2. Let's cross this one out so it doesn't get confusing. 6 times 4 we know is 24. 60 times 40 then, ooh boy, hang on a second here. 6 times 4 is 24 plus 2, and so that gives us an answer of 26. Well, now I need to do my addition. So let's just make a sloppy line there. And I'll do my addition. 2 plus 0 is 2. 3 plus 4 is 7. 1 plus 6 is 7. And 2 plus 0 is 2. My answer, the product of 44 times 63, is 2,772. So player 1 collects a token. 1 token for player 1. All right, well that does it for multiplication with Mr. Williams. Now, I know you've got one more lesson with Mrs. Cross where she's going to talk about problem solving and creating your own word problems. But until then, I really just wanted to say thanks so much to everyone who's put in all of their best effort. I know it hasn't been easy. This has been a big change, and we've all had to adapt. Students, parents, teachers included. And I just wanted to give you guys a big thumbs up because what I'm seeing from you in terms of work has been really, really heartwarming. You're showing me that you're putting in your best effort. You're dedicated to the lessons, at least trying your best. I'm really proud of you guys right now. High five. Looking forward to starting division with you. Take care for now.